Hey everybody, Jake here from Made for the Range, and today doing a really cool video, finally back on YouTube, by the way, and we're in my new in-home Skytrack bay. So still getting the finishing touches put on this whole environment to make it look really nice for camera, but anyhow, we are going to do an unboxing and an overview of the Motocaddy M7 GPS, and then they've also been kind enough to send out one of the bags that works with the locking system of the M7 GPS as well. So we're gonna do a little time lapse here. We'll get through it, open this up, hopefully set it up without too much worry, and then I will check back in with you guys. We'll head out on course and we'll see how it does out there. So it looks like it's gonna be really easy to set this up actually, but before I do that, I wanna go over the accessory package that was included, and depending on the time of you seeing this video, is also going to be included for your purchase, which is super cool. So first we have the scorecard holder accessory. So this is really nice. You can put your scorecard inside and a pencil actually, and it's waterproof. That's super nice. And then we've got a screen protector for the actual GPS screen that's on the trolley itself. And then we've got a cup holder slash sand bottle holder, I would imagine. And then it looks like an umbrella holder, oops, and a phone holder, which is really cool. Also super nice. So those of you that use a course GPS or maybe a stat tracking app or something like that, you've got a way to put that on your electric Caddie. And then we have the stretchy cable that holds the bag on the trolley, the power adapter for the charger, and then the battery itself, which this is also, to me, a very cool thing. The battery is detachable, so you could buy a couple of them if you're like really grinding and you need the amount of juice to go maybe an entire day or more than 36 holes. But this is the battery for the M7 remote. And then we have the remote itself actually right here, which is super cool. So I'm gonna put this stuff aside. We'll set up the actual Caddie and then we'll talk about it. Oh, and the anti-tip wheel, which is going to be very important. So this is it. What's really cool, but I didn't know was possible, everything fits on the trolley or the electric Caddie, whatever you guys want to call it. The scorecard holder, the umbrella holder, the cup for sand or for water, as well as the phone holder. It's all on here, which is that's not something I thought was going to be accomplished actually. So that's really cool. We have the remote here, which is dangerous. Stop. Come back to me. Like, this is going to be an insane level of fun, I'll tell you that. The thing is, I got to figure out, there's got to be a bunch of controls for this remote, which we will do in an updated review. This is just an overview, but like, if you press forward, it goes forward. But if you press backwards, you either have to hold or keep clicking. So this is super sweet. I cannot wait to get this on the course. The only other thing I did realize, let's go forward with this guy, is the bag here. So you actually have to, there's a little baggie that comes on the bag, and it's got the quick lock or easy lock. What's it called? Easy lock. I'm sorry, Motocaddy. It's got the easy lock nuts available on it, and then you take it and you turn the bag over and you just screw them in, which I think this is cool because if you're not using, like, if you just like this bag, which it feels and seems like a really nice bag, if you just like the bag, you don't have to use it with an easy lock platform, which is super cool because these things, I think they stick out just a little bit past the base. So on a normal cart or something like that, it would be probably just like ever so slightly annoying. But you do what I just did. and you install the Easy Lock pegs. So then we can, once you guys be able to see this, bring this guy back. So now with the pegs on there, I can put the pegs into the bottom of my electric caddy here, and then just do the top strap as normal, like that. And now we are super duper locked in, which is really, really cool. I think this is awesome, and it's gonna be really fun. Like I said, I'm gonna go out on course real quick and just do first impressions as well, and get some shots of the electronic caddy as well, just so you guys can see it in action. But so far, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna unlock some health benefits, because I get to walk a little bit more without having to worry about the strain of the weight pressing down on your knees and your shoulders. But yeah, so thank you to the Motocaddy team. Let's jump outside and do some first impressions and probably a little bit of crazy driving out on the golf course. So just a couple more notes before we go out to the course. I was figuring out if I need to do anything with the GPS part of this. Turns out you need to update it, and you connect it to your Wi-Fi in your house. So that's interesting. Okay, so this is sort of wild. So to register the trolley, I'm registering it using the device connected to the Wi-Fi in my house. So I'm putting in my email to do the registration info, and like, I'm just doing it on this screen. Super cool. All right, so now we're out here at the golf course. This is not my first time setting this up by any means. I've done this a few times, but I want to show you guys how easy it is to get everything out of the car and ready to go play a round of golf. So first thing we're gonna do is take the M7 itself, and we're just gonna set it out on the ground. Couple things here, setup wise, I always keep my remote attached to the device itself just to keep track of it. And then I have the battery installed in it, but unplugged. That way it's just easier to travel with, and the battery's not sloshing around in the trunk, basically. So 2 levers. You're gonna take this one to release the handlebars, and then the one in the back here, and this will unfold the front wheel, and then you can snap that down. And then we wanna make sure we open up the top end of the bag mount. And then on the bottom here, you're gonna notice that there's 2 holes, and it says Easy Lock. I'm gonna take my Motocaddy Dry Series bag, and there's 2 pegs on the bottom of this bag, and these 2 pegs are gonna correlate with the 2 holes on the bottom of the cart to keep it nice and sturdy. So all I gotta do is set this in, make sure that I line up those 2 holes, and then I take my cart strap, just like I normally would with any other golf cart, wrap it around, and that's it. Now, as soon as we plug the battery in, just like that, the unit is going to power itself on. It's already on and ready to go. If I were to take my remote, I can start driving at this moment. So let's head out on the course, and I'll show you guys a couple more features of the actual trolley itself. So using the remote is super, super simple. The power button also acts as a lock unlock button. So you can see the light up here is gonna turn red if I one tap. If I tap it again, it's gonna go back to green, which means I can drive again. So using the remote, I'm gonna go forward with the plus button, stop with the middle, and then if I hold the down button, it's gonna come back to me. And then if I press the forward button and continuously press it, it's going to speed up. And then it will stop at any point that I choose, which is awesome. And then if I wanted to turn it around, I could turn it around and bring it back to me. So super cool stuff there. The remote is very, very, very easy to use. And Alfred is now back home. All right, so because this is the M7 GPS, that means we can also use the touchscreen here to actually have a course GPS to help us play golf. So you just select the play golf option. It's going to search for courses around you. It's got thousands and thousands of courses preloaded in here. Here's my home course, Kishwaukee Country Club. It's going to actually update and just make sure that all the data is, the most recent data it can find. and now we're set to golf. So it is very cool. I mean, it's just like a GPS that would use an app on your phone. You have the ability to touch and hit different points. You can keep track of your shots. You can give yourself a green view when you're up there with front, middle, back, and it's always going to give you front, middle, back distances. And then you can also keep score during your entire round with your fairways and your greens hit to give you a little stats tracking as well. So I'm going to just exit out of this now, and then we're going to go have some fun real quick, showing you guys just how not easy it is to tip this bad boy over. All right, so now we're going to test out the anti-tip wheel on the back here. I just want to point out, not something I suggest that you try to push the bounds of, but I'm reviewing the unit, so I'm going to do it. This has saved my bacon a lot of times because this is really cool. It also is really fun, but again, I'm not telling you to do this with yours. So going up a pretty steep hill here, we're going to pop a wheelie. It's going to skid, it's going to gain traction, and up the hill nice and easily, no problem. I have not found a hill yet that this bad boy doesn't want to conquer. So now we're going to head over to in between of two holes here at Kishwaukee, and I'm going to show you one of the benefits of having the remote for a trolley system like this. All right, so this is the 4th green here at Kishwaukee, and just imagine walking off. I've got my putter. I'm going to throw my putter in my bag, and now from here, the 5th tee box is all the way in that corner, but the 5th tee goes that way. So I'm going to grab my driver and I'm going to walk over to the tee box, but I'm going to send the caddy up hole 5 just a little bit by steering it around with the remote. And basically, once I steer that to where I want it to go, after I hit my drive, I just take my driver, I walk up the hole a little bit, and I put my driver in my bag, and I continue down the hole with no wasted movement. So it's really nice to not have to push this or to stay behind it or anything like that. That's a huge, huge benefit of the remote, is putting it ahead of yourself, essentially, on the golf course so that you can catch up with the trolley once you're ready. All right, so next up is to do just a little distance test. I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing goes way further than you need it to go, slash, it puts you in a little trouble sometimes because your depth perception and steering, those two things don't go well together, at least mine don't. But I'm just gonna send this guy away. We're gonna see how far down the fairway here it goes until it runs out of room. And we're just gonna go full speed, because why not go full send? It's still going. Okay, so this is now at the point where I actually don't know how close I am to the green, so I'm just gonna stop it so I don't ride it on the green. I know for a fact that from our junior tee box, which is right in front of me, this hole is 289 yards, I believe. So the cart is at least 250 yards away from us right now. That is plenty. Plenty. All right, so just to wrap up, thank you to the team over at Motocaddy for hooking us up with the M7 GPS remote here. I've absolutely loved it, and the health benefits are also something that I want to talk about. So I've been wearing the Whoop band for a couple weeks now, and I've started walking pretty much every round now that I have this, because there's no load on my shoulders and there's no pressure on me. I have an issue with my knee, and I need to make sure that I take care of that. And although I love to walk, it's hard to do that when there's any sort of load. So having the Caddie has been absolutely amazing. It's freed myself up to walk. It's definitely a healthier option because it's close to a 6-mile walk here at my home course, and I'm doing that several times a week, which is really, really awesome. And the other benefits to it are it's just so much more enjoyable, I think, to walk and enjoy a round of golf. Having time to think between shots, not having to feel rushed when you get up to your ball, that sort of thing is really, really great. And then obviously, it's also just fun because you can just, like, you know, you can make it dance a little bit. You can spin it the other way. If you're the kind of person who likes to torment, you can chase your opponent's ankles. So me and my friends, they know to stay away from my Motocaddy. But it's been a really, really awesome upgrade to my game, especially the battery lasts about 2 rounds, so you get about 36 holes. We have quite a bit of terrain to go over and stuff here, so that's easily like no problem here, so you get through 36 holes. You do want to make sure you charge the remote when you charge the battery as well. I didn't do that, but the beauty is if you forget to charge your remote like I've done, you can still use the trolley just by using the button and the dial control here on the handlebars. No big deal. So they've pretty much got backups for things. And then obviously the Easy Lock bags, I've got the Dry Series here. They have other bags as well. I would definitely recommend those for the trolley system just because of the system and how it integrates and locks in. It's so perfect. And then there's, of course, the accessories. I've got the scorecard holder that I showed before, the phone mount, umbrella, and a sand bottle. So really, really easy stuff here. Definitely want to head over to Motocaddy and check out which one of their trolleys might be right for you. Again, this was the M7 GPS remote. It's their top of the line one. I believe we do have one of the cheaper options, the M1 coming in for review as well. So feel free to wait for that review and see kind of how they stack up. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my golfing just like that and watch it ride off into the sunset.
Bye, clubs.